Let's look at this question from CAT 2017 DLR section of slot 1. A study to look at the early learning of rural kids was carried out in a number of villages spanning 3 states, chosen from the northeast, the west, and the south. 54-year-old kids each were sampled from each of the 150 villages from northeast. Okay, first information point. If there are 54-year-old kids taken from 150 villages in northeast, Northeast will have a total of 7,500 kids. 250 villages from W. So there will be 250 into 50, 12,500 kids from W. And not added, and 200 villages from S. So from S you will have 10,000 kids in total. It was found that of the 30,000 surveyed kids, 55% studied in primary schools run by government, 37% in private schools, while the remaining 8% did not go to school. Okay, so government schools would be how much? 55% of 30,000, so that should be 16,500. Private schools would be 11100, and did not go to school 8% of 30,000 would be 8 into 300, so 2,400. Okay, splits are available. The kids surveyed were further divided into two groups based on whether their mothers dropped out of school before completing their primary education or not. The table below gives the number of kids in different types of schools for mothers who dropped out before completing their education. Okay, this is for the mothers who dropped out. This is for mothers who dropped out. So mothers who remained in school, there will be a separate recording. It is also known that blah blah and blah. So there is further data available. And then you have questions which you can come to. You can also see there is additional information for question 3 and 4. So the first part of the solving would be for the first two questions. The second part of the solving would be for the next two questions. Let's record the data in an appropriate way. I know that the states are northeast, west, and south. This is fine. Then there are government schools, private schools, and out of school. Within government schools, there are people whose mothers remained in school, mothers dropped out, mothers remained in school, mothers dropped out, mothers remained in school, and mothers dropped out. So the net recording would be something like this. Okay, the totals that we were aware of. For government, I had 16500. For private, I had 11100. For others, I had a total of 2400. Okay, let me also draw straight lines here to bifurcate data. Total for northeast was 7,500, for west was 12,500, and for south was 10,000. Okay, now for mothers dropped out, the data is already available. So 4,200, 4,200, 5,100, totals up to 13,500, which means mothers who remained in school for kids who go to government school would be 3,000. This is known. Here you have 500, 1,900, 300, and total 2,700 here. So mothers who remained in school would be 8,400. Here I have 300, 1,200, 300, and 1,800 in total. So this should be 600. Fine. This is the basic info that you have from the initial table. You have from the initial table and the information you had. Now let's get to individual conditions. In S, 60% of the surveyed kids were in G. This should be in G. Okay. So total kids are 10,000. 60% of that will be 6,000. So 6,000 are in G, of which 5,100 have mothers who dropped out of school. So 900 would be kids whose mothers stayed in school. Okay. Moreover, in S, all surveyed kids whose mothers had completed primary education were in school, which means in S there was nobody whose mother had completed school and they were not in any of the schools. So this region is empty. Now this row has to add up to 10,000. The first two cells add up to 6,000. You have 300 and 300. So you have 6,600 already recorded. The only cell left is this, and this should be 3,400. 6,600 plus 3,400 leads me to 10,000. So I know everything about S now. S is complete. Next condition is in Northeast among the O kids. 50% had mothers who had dropped out before completing primary education. So there were 300 people here, because 50%, so both these values would be equal. So if you have 300 here, now look at the column in O for mothers who completed school. 300 plus something is 600. So this will also be 300. This is also done. Wonderful. So we've taken care of first condition, we've taken care of second condition. Let's get to the last one. The number of kids in G in NE was the same as the number of kids in G in W. So these two have to be identical. Total of this column here is 3,000, of which 900 is gone. So these two add up to 2,100. Because they have to be equal, they will be 1050 and 1050. Fine. Let's now find out the total in the top row. 300 plus 300, 600, 600 plus 500, 1100, 1100 plus 4200, 5300, 5300 plus 1050 leads me to 6350. 6350 when subtracted from 7500 leads me to 1150. Fine, I get 1150. So now looking at the column for mothers who completed school within private would be 1150 plus 3400. 3400 gone from 8400 is 5000. 5000 minus 1150 is 3850. So I get 3850. Now I have all the data for all rows, all columns. Let's get to individual questions. What percentage of kids in S were studying in P? In P, you had 3,400 here, 300 here. So 3,700 out of 10,000. The percentage will be nothing but 37%. Fine. Among the kids in W whose mothers had completed primary education, how many were not in school? Not in school was this column O. Among the students who were not going to school, how many mothers had completed education? It would be 300. So the answer to the second question will be option A, 300. Then we had additional information for question 3 and 4. In the follow-up survey of the same kids 2 years later, it was found that all the kids were now in school. So effectively what they're saying is there will be no one left in these two columns. There is no one left in these two columns. Of the kids who were not in school earlier, in one region 25% were in G now. Okay. 25% to G, whereas the rest enrolled in P. We'll worry about it later. In the second region, all such kids were in G now. So 100% shifted to G. Fine. While in the third region, 50% of such kids had now joined G. 50% of kids had now joined G. Okay. As a result, in all three regions put together, 50% of the kids who were earlier out of school had joined G. It was also seen that no surveyed kid had changed schools. Okay, so the only movement is for this O column. Now look at Northeast. You have 600 people here. You have 1500 people in West, and you have 300 people in South. And we were told out of these 2400, you have to break it up into two groups of 1200 and 1200. 1200 goes to G and 1200 goes to P. Okay. So now my task is to pair up these three percentages with these three values in such a way that I end up with a precise 1200 as a total of kids moving to G. Okay. If I have to get a total of 1500, 100% cannot pair up with 1500 because that would be greater than 1200. So 100 with 15 is definitely not pairing up. Let's pair up 25 with 1500. 25% of 1500 is 375. 25% of 1500 is 375. Now, regardless of what pairing you make, 100% with 600 or 100% with 300 or 50% with 600 or 50% with 300, can you see, regardless of what pairing you do, your unit digit in both those cases would be 0, and therefore the sum that you get would have a unit digit of 5. I don't want a unit digit of 5, I want a unit digit of 0. So 100 cannot pair up with 1500, 25 cannot pair up with 1500. The only possible pair for 1500 will be 50%. So I have 750 kids now. In the government group I already have 750 kids because the 50% group has to be from 1500. Fine. Now let's look at if I had 100% pairing up with 600. If I had 100% pairing up with 600, the total here would exceed 1200. If I had 100% pairing up with 600, the total here would exceed 1200. I cannot have that. So 100% cannot pair up with 600. 100% will pair up with 300 only, and 25% will pair up with 600. Let's see. 100% with 300 will give me 300, and 25% with 600 will give me 150. These three indeed add up to give me 1200. So this is decided. So where you have 600 students, 150 go to G. 150 go to G. Okay. And so here I have 150 going to G, and the remaining 450 will go here. Out of 600, 25% go here, 600 go here, sorry, 450 go here. Now for 1500 was for W, 50% of that goes to G, so 750 goes here, and 750 goes here. And for these 300 people, all of them go to G. Okay, so the totals will also edit. I will get 1200 more here. I will get 1200 more here. Sorry, how much do I reach? 177.00, and here the total will become 123.00. Fine. Let's get to individual questions now. What is the number of surveyed kids? What number of surveyed kids now were in G in W? So in W you have to find out the total number of kids. So it would be 1050, 750 and 4200. These two add up to give me 1800. 1800 plus 4200 adds up to give me 6000. So the answer to question number 3 will be option A, 6000. Last question is, what percentage of surveyed kids in S whose mothers had dropped out before completing primary education were in G now? What percentage of surveyed kids in S whose mothers had dropped out before completing primary education were in G now? Okay. Specifically for S they're asking. Now see, in S there was nobody here. So these 300 will not be shared across the two spectrums, will necessarily be here. So mothers who dropped out, you have 5400 people here and you have 300 people here. So in G, the required percentage that you are seeking Let me clear up this space. The required percentage that you're seeking is 5400 by 5700 into 100. 5400 being 5100 plus 300, and 5700 being this 5400 plus this 300. So I get this and this, I get 18, I get 19. So finally I have to 1800 divided by 19. 9 I get quickly, 171, 90, I get 4, 76. As soon as you reach 94, you can see the options. 89.5 doesn't work, 93.4 doesn't work, 94.7 can work. Option D cannot be determined, doesn't work because it is definitely determinable. Therefore, your answer has to be option A, 94.7. The key thing in this question is recording this data appropriately in one table where you can capture everything so that you can reach the solution slightly faster.